Sukuna finally did it. This man has one mission and one mission he completed.
Good. Good.
As Sukuna defeats Ryozu with Megumi's 10 Shadows techniques as Megumi is waking up in the deep abyss. But we focus on the Hidden Era as we see that Ryozu actually met up with Sukuna, which is actually pretty sad and pretty goofy because her first time she meeting Sukuna was her actual last time she saw Sukuna. Because her clan invited Sukuna into a festival so that way they won't be destroyed by Sukuna because they're actually scared of the King of Curse. Where we see Sukuna in the Hidden Era as he is just this buff, muscular, tall dude who is huge. And at first, when Ryozu saw him, she just went ballistic. She was just in love with Sukuna and she was just like, there, I will be with you. I sense your loneliness and I'll keep you company, which that irritated Urami. Urami started putting the hands on Ryozu, actually cutting her, and that's just the end of Ryozu. Plus, Sukuna didn't even pay her attention because Sukuna, one, got that Riz, and on top of that, Sukuna does not love hoes. And then we go back into the present as Ryozu goes on ahead and do a perfect spear and then goes on ahead and activate a domain expansion. As of this point, Sukuna is very unfazed because everything in his plan is going into motion because the wheel of Maguraga continued to spin. As of this point, Sukuna grabs the wheel of Maguraga and throw it into the shadows and actually summons him, which was very perfect because Maguraga's ability is to adapt. So the whole time that Sukuna activated the wheel, Maguraga was actually adapting to all of the attacks and techniques that Yorozu thrown at him. And now that Maguraga has been summoned, he destroyed the domain expansion and the perfect spear with his blade because it has positive energy, which destroys the domain expansion because it has like negative energy. So as of this time, Maguraga goes on ahead and continue attacking Yorozu, finishing her off. So at the meantime, while Yorozu is actually dying, Sukuna is actually smiling because his whole plan of the 10 shadows is actually working because he was able to defeat and kill Yorozu slash Megumi's sister with Megumi's own curse technique. But Sukuna is very smart because when the last chapter we saw that when he summoned the wheel of Maguraga, we were all wondering why he hasn't summoned Maguraga. And it was because he was trying to get used to Yorozu's constructions technique and everything. Because when we saw in the last chapter, Sukuna was getting beat up left and right, and he was purposely getting hit. He purposely let himself get hit because he was trying to have the wheel get used to the whole effect of the curse technique of constructions. And now that's very, very useful and very smart of what Sukuna has actually displayed in this chapter, which means that Sukuna has to summon the wheel of Maguraga so that way when he's in battle with any kind of sorcerers, and while he's in battle, the wheel Maguraga will adapt to their curse technique, and that way he will get the upper hand. But we go into the closing section of the chapter as we see that Sukuna, he is able to finish off Ryozu, and then while Ryozu is actually dying, it seems as if that Ryozu is trying to pull out a Mai where she's trying to give Sukuna like a power up, but we don't know yet for sure if it's actually given a power up because it looks like it's a power up, but we don't know if it was actually completed or whatnot. But at the end of the chapter, we see that Megumi, he's in the depths of darkness as he is like awakened, but he's also crying as well because his sister is dead. His sister is no more because Sukuna was able enough to complete his mission and all that stuff. But while Yorozu was talking to Sukuna, you can just see Sukuna's face was just looking at her like,
Shut up, bitch.
And Sukuna just want her to die, which honestly make me think now that in the beginning of the chapter when she actually got slashed, it wasn't Ryozu. I think it was Sukuna. He used cleave because the fact that Ryozu was in his personal space. On top of that, she was like naked and probably not Sukuna's type at all. So of course, like Sukuna's probably going to use cleave on her. But other than that, that's just pretty much all what we got in this chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen. Let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter and what you guys think, and what you guys think of what the future is going to be, because the fact that Sukuna only can use the wheel of Magaraga so that he can adapt to any curse technique is going to be crazy, especially imagining he pulled this off with Gojo. So this is going to be very, very crazy and interesting because Sukuna is already overpowered at this point. So how the hell we're going to, or how the hell the characters are going to actually beat Sukuna. But let me know down in the comment section. If you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, this is the Monotone Man, and always be decent, y'all.